What's up? Welcome back. What do we got? Zombie Clown Caustic. Yes, you are first. Thank you very much for being first. Me and you, buddy. It's me and you. It's what, Thursday? My second stream of the week. So Monday, Thursday seem to be kind of like the routine, and then on the weekend. So Monday, Thursday, weekend. I'm trying to do 2-3 streams per week with I should say 1 to 3 per week. So that sounds a little bit more frequent. Yeah. So 1 to 3 streams a week is what I'm aiming for. And if it's just 1 stream a week, it's because I'm going to be trying to work on other type of media for YouTube, whether it's editing, filming, or just ideas, planning. So that's basically the plan. And so yeah, that's it. What's today again? I said, oh, careful! You dropped the water there. Careful.
Sorry.
Yeah. Hey, go shower. Go. So basically, yeah, it's just been a little bit of a crazy week. Now, going forward, there is a bit of a bummer, which is that this coming week, I'm gonna have that the house project is going to start again, which means we finally found somebody who's willing to take over where the other guy left off. And so what that basically means is that this room is going to have to be taken down. So we're going to have to dismantle this whole little space here. I thought that was supposed to happen 4 months ago, 3 months ago, something like that. But it never happened. The guy never even made it to this room. So now that 2 months later, we found somebody else that's willing to take over the project. Yeah, it's going to be weeks without a live stream in this room. So I figured what I could probably do is either some editing live streams, some just talking, what do they call just chatting live streams? Or I can make some sort of thing where on the Discord, you guys come up with different topics to talk about. And then we could do like a Q&A type of thing. So we'll just have to get a little bit creative while this room is under construction. As you guys know, I have a drum set in the back, right? So that drum set back there is going to have to go. Going to have to dismantle that thing. And putting that together is hard. The electronic drum set. There's a lot of settings that I forgot how to tweak. But it's just a lot of stuff. So I'm going to have to dismantle all of that. I'm going to have to take all these computer screens down. I'm going to have to just neatly put this away somewhere in a different part of the house. This desk is kind of big. I don't know. Maybe he can move around the desk. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask, but I might even have to take the desk apart, which I don't remember how to. I struggle to put it together. So taking it apart is probably going to suck. But either way, eventually I want to get a new desk anyway, something deeper so I could do down angles. But anyhow, smash the like button if you're still here. If you just got here, thank you and welcome to joining. I don't have anything specifically planned, but I do want to play some video games because this is the only opportunity so far besides Monday that I got. So let me know if you're here. Let me see what's on the PS5. Hopefully there's no software updates. Let's see if there's any software updates. How you guys been, man? Let me know, ladies and gentlemen, how your week's been so far. My work week hasn't been that great, but it hasn't been that horrible. It's a little bit of a mixture. So, it's not worth complaining about, but I'm glad I'm here with you guys. Oh yeah, I knew it was you, Shane. I definitely knew it was you, buddy. And I was very excited to see you here so quick. So for Halloween, Shane is a zombie clown, Caustic. That's a pretty cool. costume, you know, we haven't gone costume shopping, although we were supposed to do it last weekend and we didn't. So really want to take care of that, because I feel bad because we wait to the last minute and all the cool costumes are sold out. Then Adam doesn't get a cool costume, and of course, you know, we want to get something cool for his little sister, so that way we can have, you know, maybe, like last year I tried to do a theme. So Adam was like a Ghostbuster and Ava was like this little ghost goblin monster thing. So that was the theme. So he was the Ghostbuster and she was the ghost. So I would love to have something that like similar to that, where like it's, you know, part of the same universe type of thing. No, just throw it away, buddy. Throw it away. And put her in her cage. Yeah, throw it in the garbage, which is in the garage. Yep. So yeah, I've been using my purple headphones. You guys noticed I haven't used that in the last couple streams, and that's because I've been using that while I'm using my MacBook for editing. Another thing I'd like to do is try to do a stream using the MacBook. Now, I don't know if the M1, the old school 2020 M1 MacBook could handle like multiple cameras, but it should be able to handle just one. So maybe I can figure out how to do that. I mean, it's got a camera built into the screen, but not a really good camera. It's a really cheap 720p camera, but this one's much nicer. So if I can get this capture card connected somehow to that, which I'm either gonna have to get a USB hub. Well, I know I'm gonna have to get a USB hub for that Mac Mini, or I can also get a little like a USB-C to USB-A adapter, or I should say USB-A to USB-C adapter. And that way I can at least plug in the camera, and that way I have a really nice sharp looking camera. And I don't know where I'm going to do a live stream while this room is being remodeled. I don't know, but it's probably going to take at least, I would say, a week or maybe 2 weeks where we're ripping the tiles out and then putting the new tiles in. So it's definitely going to be at least a couple weeks before things get done. You know, maybe I can have him start with this room first and then the other room, and then that way we can just get this out of the way. I don't know how he works. I'll let him decide. So, but I'll keep you guys posted on the Discord, so you know how we do. So who's down for a little bit of Apex Legends, because I don't want to waste too much time. Now, this is the earliest stream that I've done in a while. On a weekday, I usually don't get on stream till about like 8 o'clock, 8:15. But I was able to get off of work a little bit early because I had to take Adam to the dentist, and then from the dentist I came home here and made sure he got his homework done. I helped him with it, get it done out of the way, and that way I was able to shower, chill, and come back here. So if you haven't smashed the like button by now, please do so. All right, let's check out let me switch over to the PS5 menu so I could see what we got cooking. Let's go. Yeah, I'm gonna miss this room. Oh, yep, definitely gonna miss this room. It's gonna be weird to do streams outside of this spot here. I know you guys got used to this very cool angle. I get a lot of compliments. Even on regular YouTube videos, I get compliments on just the way this camera angle is set up. It just happened by accident. I didn't really plan it like that. It just, things were already in the place where they needed to be. All I did was move a couple lights behind me, done. And so I do not know where I'll be able to do live streams from, because I won't be able to like set up my game, my monitor. Like, it's a pretty big setup here in front of me, so I don't know where in the house I can set something like this up temporarily. Like, this is like a straight up, like, if I'm going to set it up, it has to be like a permanent spot. So that's why it's going to be weird. So I'm thinking maybe I could just figure out how to make, I'll work on something else until the room gets fixed. And then what I do is when I come back to this room, after he does the tiles on the ground, I can move everything back in and try reorganizing it to make it cleaner in here, so I could make videos in separate parts of the room. That would be cool. And I could also take that opportunity, you know, to obviously clean and dust and hide all these cables and just make it look organized, so that way I could do that video that you guys had asked about last year, which is like a little setup video, a little setup tour video. So that would be nice, so I could show you guys, you know, kind of what I'm working with as far as what I've been doing my streams on and my YouTube videos with. So I could actually make that video with my iPhone. literally I could record the whole video with just the iPhone showing my room, you know, and then that would be cool because, you know, it'd be nice to upload a video that's recorded on an iPhone, especially these new ones that are really nice looking. So that's kind of some ideas that I can try to do with that. So, but yeah, let me open up the queue. Let's do that. Let's start with that. Ooh, it says there's a new mode available. So I haven't played all week, so let's see what new mode. It says new mode available.
Hello.
It's Shadow Royale.
It's Shadow Royale.
Let's try that.
That used to be like from the. That used to be like from like.
A couple seasons ago.
Season 3 when it
Yeah,
no,
where
season,
you come back to life, right?
Oh yeah, season. Okay, as zombies.
Yeah.
Here's
Okay,
the thing.
yeah.
Okay, Niels, listen. I've been knowing the game for a while. So, season 3, Halloween event. Season 6, Halloween event. Season 10, Halloween event.
Ah, okay, Shane. Yes. Let me know when you're ready to rumble, Shane. I'm gonna stream probably for about an hour and a half. So absolutely, man. Let me know. We will be right here waiting for you. Thank you guys for watching the stream as well. I really need these watch hours. Thank you for watching the stream. Thank you for hitting the like button. If you haven't done the like button, here's your chance.
My legs are ready to go. Some assembly required.
Let's make a varsity play for the deck.
It's dark. All right, we'll go there.
Lovely idea. Eyes on the prize.
What's up, Manny? Welcome to the AJ Core TV stream.
2 revenants.
It's my first
Can we
game
find another world to fight in?
of the last 4 days, so I'm going to be very rusty. Fair warning.
Let's go this way.
I just got back on. But one game in trios, I mean duos. Technically, I was playing like one game of like not the Shadow Royale, but like duos.
What do those spiders do?
I popped up with 7 kills. The spiders, you can just hit them, kill them, and then they will give you something.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice.
Down to death.
See?
Yeah.
That's what they do. But like next season, they'll have spiders.
The champion has been eliminated.
Extended energy mag here.
Dang, champion.
First blood.
Eliminator.
That was
Good,
quick.
good.
Looks like that champion was all talk.
That's tough.
Ooh, I found a purple shield.
No, I know.
Ooh, I found a purple helmet too.
Did I have the purple box?
Ooh, I found a purple shield. You want a purple shield? Right over here. Let me mark it for you.
Yes.
Evo shield here. Level 3.
There we go. Level 3. I'm gonna grab this 30-30 repeater.
You have a shop.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about the shop. Let's drop it.
Open up shop and shut them down.
Luna, can you just
Thank
shut
you,
up?
Rhoda. Ring's close and we've still got a minute.
Nice choice. You've got good taste.
Ring's just a little further. 45 on the clock.
All right. Oh, you see some? Oh, okay.
Liar. Kill it.
Less than 30 seconds. Ring's nearby.
It's mine. Watch it. It's
Helmet here.
I swear to God.
Level 2.
Blue helmet if anybody wants it.
Touching anything?
Ultimate's ready. Say the word and we'll be in the clouds.
We've got 10 seconds.
Next time, don't do
Jump.
that.
Alert 5, Valkyrie on site. Ready to burn.
I'll just get mad at you. But it's fine. I know
The ring is closing.
Bro, come here. AJ, come here.
We're all outside the ring and a wall of death is coming our way.
All right, my ultimate's ready.
Half the squads are down.
Okay, here we go.
There's a
Main engine burn.
3, 2, 1.
Please direct your attention to the flight attendants as they demonstrate free falling into certain dash. This way.
7 squads left.
I feel good about this care package. Shall we?
So go ahead and scan that. I'll watch. Valkyrie.
Survey beacon here.
Open up shop and shut them down.
There's somebody.
Targeting the next ring, people. It's sent to your maps.
Oh my god, they almost... I'm barely alive. Great.
Healing.
Let's go this way.
Recharging my shields. Recharging shields.
Opening fire. Got one. Enemy down. Trick or treat.
You guys seen any health packs? I need a health pack.
Girl.
Oh, here we go. Med kit. Nice.
You are coming home with
Syringe
me
here.
tonight. Medkit here.
Thank you.
Need a thermite grenade.
Uh-oh.
Reloading.
Look out, grenade. Just using a Phoenix kit. Taking fire. Help! Bogey here. I can't. Bogey and I crosshairs.
Uh-oh. Well, how in the world? Oh my god. Yikes.
I can't help but to compliment myself.
Damn.
dying after death. Welcome to my life.
All right, now that I'm a zombie,
Ow!
Hostile right here.
Ow! Ow!
Not good. Yep, hostile right
The
here.
Resi!
I'm stuck in this room. Oh, okay, here we go.
Bro, AJ!
Comment, I'm right there.
Somebody!
Oh, they shot me.
I used to go by the name Hope, which is something you've lost.
Uh-oh, we gotta save them. Over.
Oh my god!
No! God, please, no! No!
5th place, not too bad for being the first game of first 4 days. Let me warm up with the regular arenas.
I don't want to play the stupid Shadow Royale. Like,
Yeah, that was kind of boring.
it's
I mean,
so
maybe
boring.
maybe if we had 3 people like on the same team, you know, that we know. Nick,
We're on the same page.
what's up, man? How's your week going, my friend? Happy
Well, we can
Thursday.
do trios, duos, ranked. We can do trios, duos, ranked arenas. But
Guys, I still haven't gotten around to make... I'm such a slacker. I got this sent to me by this big microphone company a month and a half ago, and I still haven't even opened the box. But I will make a review video on that. That's coming. I don't know when, but that's coming. Also, a tutorial on how to update the firmware on some Samyang lenses. So for the people that search for that, they will find that video. Plus, it just gives me opportunity to practice. So again, thank you guys for watching my last YouTube video. By the way, I'm not sure, Nick, I don't think I saw you in the comments yet. So if you get a few moments, it's about a 5-minute long video. Please check it out. It's my first video in 7 months. So hopefully you like it. Leave a quick little comment, smash the like button, and then come right back here. Yeah, man, that sucks, Nick, dude. Work's been starting to suck again. You guys remember when I was stressing real? I was trying to hide it, but I was like, it was coming out during my live streams. I was stressing out so hard. Well, it's not like horrible at work, but like it's really taking a toll on me. When I get home, I'm like irritable, and I'm like snapping on my family, and like you know they get it because my wife and I have the both same exact type of jobs at 2 different companies, same role. And it's just, it's burning us up, man. It's frustrating. So much is out of our control that we can't even control, but yet we're held responsible for it. It's rough, man. It's rough. So, man, feel free to always come here, man. That's for sure.
This place red.
My favorite game mode. Haven't played this one in a while. What's up, Playboy Jude? Welcome to the AJ CoRe TV stream on YouTube.
oh my god, I didn't realize.
Here we go.
I didn't realize it was the map is way different.
Oh yeah, this map I played it on Monday. This map is, I don't know if you've seen this yet, Nick, but this new map is pretty awesome. I'm not familiar with it yet, so the last time I played on it, I got murdered.
Oh lord.
But hopefully, it's just nice looking. It's got like palm trees and
I
stuff.
think there's like a whole 3 on us.
Yep, right over there.
Get ready. There's an enemy close by.
Uh-oh.
Enemy here.
Woo, I need to warm up big time. Uh-oh.
Shooting at me.
Uh-oh, they're shooting at me. What in the world? Like a ninja.
Bro, kill Kill his kid!
Contact with target.
Bro! Kill him!
Oh, I almost got him. Playboy Jude, what are you doing, Playboy? You're not playing, boys.
He got like
Playboy was not, he was missing in
no, it's because
action.
he got kicked. And you're not even good. I hate you for so much. Not
Oh, Nick, dude, that is rough. Yeah, that's rough.
what?
Yeah,
Bro, I did not mean to shoot.
holding it down for, yeah, it's, whew. Man, I've been through some stuff that sucked growing up between my parents. I've had to be, my brothers seem to be the ones that were able to kind of like, when we were younger, kind of, it seemed to not bother them as much. It affected me much more. And so for me, I was more like in tune to what was happening and like the severity of things.
Let's go same spot.
All right. Yeah, and now it's like with work, it's like, especially as, you know, the job I have, the position I have, it's like I got to deal with like everyone's emotional baggage.
Stop talking.
I'm talking 8 people, 9 people, left, right.
Told you.
They're shooting from different angles. Remember, I'm here to stream first, game second. So if I die a lot, it is what it is. All right, this guy's over here. I mean, it's 2v3. That's not fair.
Not fair. You're not even good.
They're just, you know, lucky because.
Okay, yeah, I gotta go. I hate this game. It's because it sucks. Sorry.
Aw. That's no fun.
Come on. They're about to bloody win this.
Rampage. All right, now let me get my weapons. My Rampage. Fully equipped. Let me charge up my weapon.
Round 3. Remain vigilant.
Here we go. Oh, did she really bounce on me? Come on, Ava. She bounced on me. Ava, not cool, man. Not cool. It's literally 1v3. Can you believe that? All right, guys. I need help on the stream. I need backup. Yeah. I don't want to get penalized here, so I'm gonna have to. I don't want to get penalized for leaving. I think something happened because I'm the only person, so I kind of have no choice here. Oh, thank God it's over. Thank God it's over. Leave party. Boom. Yeah, man. I hear you, buddy. Trust me. Yeah, definitely can relate to that stuff as well. Yeah, for me, like I said, for me it was the opposite. It was like I'm the youngest sibling, so I have two older brothers. Avery's, you guys know Avery, AMC Madness, Fruit Salad. He's my middle brother's child, oldest son. So that's my nephew, and so it's like his dad always had a pretty good, level-headed, like controls his emotions very well. My older brother kind of just was doing his own thing. I don't know how he handled that, but for me, I was definitely more worried and stressed as a little guy, stressed about that situation. But it's normal. It's unfortunately very common. What's up with this case? Why doesn't it? Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Kind of common now. This sounds. There we go. Ooh, Jeremiah. I haven't seen him miss a stream in quite some time. But yeah, dude. Ooh, why is my computer acting sluggish? Let's see. Did I forget to turn something off? No, that looks good. No, everything's off. Weird. But yeah, and then as you become an adult, it actually doesn't become easier. Then you find yourself in the same type of situations that your parents have been through. And then you're like, oh wow, no wonder. This is how it is. Yeah, so then you grow up and you end up being part of those type of situations in your own adult life. And it's a little bit easier to understand at that point because you're like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's hard. Definitely hard, man. And like I said, for me, being burnt out with all the baggage that I hold at work, and I end up just blowing up sometimes, man, just blowing off steam, like where I can't do that at work. I cannot afford to jeopardize my livelihood because then I have a family that's literally like, it used to just be me living in this house. I used to live in this house as a single man. I was, a kid, I should say, because I was, I'm still trying to grow up, but I had no cares in the world. It was just this house payment. That was the only worry. And, thank God I'm still in the same job from back then when I bought this house 12 years ago. But now it's not just the house payment, it's raising 2 kids. And, the wife who's also helping me, and she's working and stressing, going through the same things. And then now we're trying to make things better for the house, right? Remodeling the floors, painting, getting a pool in the back, like that's not cheap. And it's, extra payments in addition to the regular payments just to live here. So it's a lot. So then you're at work, you want to just like let people have it. You can't let people have it in a workplace because it's not professional and it's an easy way to be kicked out the door. But sometimes it's just, I guess it's a balance, because it does help me when I do get stressed out at home for certain home things. I feel like I can handle it a little bit better because of what I've kind of like, having to go through at work. It's not easy for anybody, I'm sure. Some positions just require much more than others. And I could only assume that level of stress gets higher and higher, the higher up you go. But just this right here is kind of a pain. Yeah, man. I hear you too, man. That's... Yeah. Of course. And then, not to mention, our mothers are the biggest things in the world. I mean, women in general. You think about it, it's like, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. It's crazy. Yep. That's, yeah, exactly. Well put, man. Pretty much, yeah. You just have to learn to manage through it. And with time, just like everything, time doesn't necessarily heal certain things, but it makes you learn to manage it better. And so that's why I like when really bad things happen, there's a loss and stuff like that. People say, oh, it gets better with time. Well, things don't necessarily get better. You just learn how to manage it better with time. So I guess it is considered better, but that's really what it is. Yeah. It's weird. I had a dream last night, which I don't exactly know how this came about. I was just sleeping. My alarm rings at 6:15. I hit the snooze button like normal, but usually I snooze until like, I don't know, 10 minutes or something. Every 10 minutes, it'll ring again. But at 6:15, I click the button. So I'm thinking at 6:25, I will be waking up again. Instead, at 6:20, which is 5 minutes later, within 5 minutes, I hit the snooze button and somehow magically went back to sleep and had like a really realistic dream. And in that dream, it was my aunt who passed away last year. And this is the second time I've had a dream with her. But it was just wild that like usually when you snooze, you're not really gonna go back into like a dream state. Usually you're half awake, you're like, oh god, I gotta get up in a few minutes, like you're like in that mode. But I actually went back into some sort of dream mode, and then it was a very realistic dream that usually doesn't happen unless you're like in the middle, like the night or whatever. But within the 5 minutes of me hitting snooze, I have a realistic dream of my aunt who passed away last year. And it was like sad because in the dream I was just like, like, whoa, is that you? And she was like, yeah. And I was just like, this high sense of emotion just took over. And I was like, wow, it was like a second chance to be with her and speak to her and stuff like that. Cause that's somebody who was very close to me growing up as a kid when I lived in New York, actually, when I lived in New York. And, I could say, I love all my family equally, but, she was like what you would call like my favorite aunt, And so it was just odd that like she just boom came out of nowhere in the dream. And then I wake up like literally I feel like I'm choking up in emotional state, like tears. Like it was just this heartbreaking feeling. It was just a sadness. I wake up and I look at my watch and it's 6:20. I'm like, whoa, all that just happened in 5 minutes, and in that 5 minutes, it felt like it was like 25-30 minutes is what it felt. And later on the day, I did open up Facebook, and then her daughter, which is my cousin, one of my closest cousins, her default picture is that of her mother. So boom, there it is. I see her now in real, in real life. So my dreams, it's just kind of weird because ever since I was a kid, I would have dreams where the very next day, that same day, I would wake up and something would happen that correlates 100%, no question, with that dream. And so, to me, it was always like these weird, like coincidence that I thought was normal, but most people don't have these connections from a dream to like the very next day. The one that comes to mind is when I was in junior high school. So I was probably about 12 years old. And I have a dream that there was an airplane crashing, that my friends and I were walking and we see this airplane coming down and it crashes. And it was like crazy. I wake up, I'm like, whoa, what a crazy dream, right? And so, I think nothing of it when you just think it's a crazy dream. Then what happens is in that day, another friend of mine, we're walking from my house to his house. It was like summertime or something like that. I'm walking, we're both walking, and I see these guys out in this field. It was a big field in Sunrise, Florida, South Florida. And I see them trying to get this big giant remote control plane. This is in the early 90s, all right? Early to mid 90s. At that point, you could only imagine how expensive. This thing was huge. It was like remote control plane. Remote control planes have been out for a long, long time. But this was a big one. And I see them flying it, right? They get it off and we're walking, and they're way out there in the distance. And I look at him and I said, hey man, that plane's gonna crash. And he's like, what? And I'm like, and we're watching it fly, and they're flying it, right? They're flying it, and I'm like that plane's gonna crash. And he was just like, we're walking, and I just had this very strong. This is the first time that I've actually connected like 100%. Like I was like, dude, I'm not saying it to say it. It's going to happen. And no lie, man, you hear the engine cut out. Thing comes coming down. Boom! It smashes. You could see the thing, and we start running up to it like, whoa, And he looked at me, and I don't know if he remembers this. His name is Rolando. He's actually still a friend of mine. 20 something years later. But I don't know. I doubt he'll remember this. And I'm pretty sure it was him, not anyone else. But yeah, man, it crashed. It crashed, and I knew it was gonna crash. And he was like, "How did you know? How did you know that?" And I said, "Because I had a dream last night that a plane was gonna crash." He was like, "Wow, that's crazy, man." I'm like, "Yep, definitely." So it is like a deja vu when you're awake and you're like, "Wait a second, haven't I experienced that?" It is like a deja vu. The only difference is deja vu happens when you're awake. You're like, "Whoa, what?" But this is different. This is like a dream, and then you wake up, and something about that dream is happening in real life, is going to happen. And there's a couple things that I probably won't want to share, some low moments in my life, well, not necessarily mine, but things that have impacted me in a negative way, where I knew it. I said, man, this is happening. I know it's happening. I had a dream last night about this horrific situation happening, and I know that this is happening, and come to find out, it was happening. So there's been a lot of times. So I once told my mom, like when I told my mom about the airplane, when I told her about the airplane thing, she was like, she said, yeah. I said, no, I believe you. And she's like, because that's always happened to me since I was a kid. So I was like, whoa. So my mom has had dreams where she wakes up and they come true. So she's had that her whole life. So no one else in my family has ever had anything similar to that, any stories or any, but it's interesting because it's like somehow passed down from family. So my mom has had dreams plenty throughout her life that something comes through. She had one about drowning. So let me tell you some of my mom's ones. So my mom had a dream that her kids were drowning, and she said it was the worst thing, that she was drowning. I think she was drowning, or the kids drowning. I forget which one it was, but it was about drowning. She has a horrible nightmare about drowning, right? Then we visit Florida. When we lived in New York as kids, we used to still, my parents would visit, they would come bring us to Florida for vacation. So I think we came down like 2 different times for vacation, 2 or 3 different times. And so that's why we were excited as kids that we were moving to Florida, because we already had visited Florida. So we're like, wow, we're moving to Florida. But she was like telling us about this dream. And when we came to visit Florida the second time, I almost drowned in a pool in a Knights Inn hotel in the late 80s, probably like 1988. I was probably like, I don't know, 6 years old. And I almost drowned. My brother tried to save me, and he pretty much did, but I was freaking out in the middle of the pool, and so when he got to me, my oldest brother, I grabbed onto him, but I was like clawing on him, so I started bringing him down, so he started like drowning, because I was, so what he did was he kind of like pushed me as far as he could towards like the edge of the pool to then try to save himself and try to kind of push me. And then something that I've never known before, nobody ever showed me how to doggy paddle, right? But at that moment in time, I somehow learned how to doggy paddle, where I could sit in the middle of the pool, like a doggy paddle. And that's what got me to the edge. My brother throwing me, and then, hey man, what's up, Jaden? Welcome. So yeah, so she was like, wow, this is the dream I had, like this is the dream. This is it, so yeah, man, it's crazy. Dreams in general. I think a long time ago we spoke about dreams on a stream. But yeah, man, a lot of interesting things, and I know there's more, and I'll probably won't remember them tonight, but they'll come back to me. And if you're ever on stream, when they come back, I'll try my hardest to remember them. But there's been a bunch of things, like a lot, like enough, like I would say at least 20. Will I remember all 20 of them? No, but that's a lot in a lifetime. Having 20 situations where you dreamt it and then it immediately happened, yeah, that's pretty crazy. Yes, man. Yup. And my dogs are playing with each other. They're just having a good old time. Big old giant chocolate lab, small miniature pincher, and they're just best friends, man. They're in cages. She lives in a big giant cage, He's in a small cage. When we're at work, we cannot trust these dogs. They will destroy stuff. They will just destroy stuff. So we get home from work and then we let them out of the cage so that way they can be free and roam around the house and stuff like that. And during that time, they just enjoy it. And then when it's nighttime, we go to bed. We put the dogs back into the cages, and they like it. Sometimes they just go to the cage just to relax, But a lot of people think, oh, you have dogs and you keep them in the cage or whatever. But if you train them as puppies, they're okay with it. It's not a horrible life. Like my mom's like, oh, you should just get rid of them. They have a horrible life, But I will say for the bigger dogs, I could see that being a little bit more of a pain. But now we got this big giant cage, which is an eyesore. So we got to figure out how we can let her be in the house when we're not at the house, not in the cage. And, you're going to have toys laying around so they could, not get bored, because when they get bored, that's when they start going crazy and doing stuff, What's up, Jaden? How are you, man? You're tired? You have a long day at school today or what? You want to jump on some games, Jaden? I mean, you saying that you're tired, you probably don't want to jump on some games, but I don't mind doing a couple rounds before we head off tonight. Or for anyone for that matter. A couple rounds of Apex. You guys know I enjoy talking anyways. I haven't done a stream like this where I just chit-chatted in a while. But yeah, by the way, guys, thank you for smashing likes. We got like 6 of them already so far. Pretty cool. Actually, I was one of them because I'm using my cell phone to watch my stream on my account, so either way, that is pretty cool, which makes sense because there's 5 people here. So 5 people, 6 likes. Yeah. So let me see what else is new. I've been helping Adam with math homework. Some things that they're teaching him are things that they never taught us in school. The way that they teach math is different now. And at first I hated the way they were teaching his math, but now I'm actually starting to learn. There's some basic math things that I've never really knew, shortcuts that existed that were never taught to me, or I over analyzed things so much and I had a fear of math and I just tuned it out and it killed me. And there's like super basic stuff that so I'm like learning stuff. I'm trying to teach it to him. I'm getting frustrated because it's making sense much faster. But when I was his age, I struggled with the same stuff. And it literally took me until I was an adult to be like, oh my God, really? Oh, you can just do that and this, and then it's faster to do it in your head, and I see him trying to resort to using calculators and not memorizing his multiplication tables, and I'm like, no, don't do that, man. Like, that's gonna be the worst. And then you're gonna be embarrassed your whole adult life because you can't figure basic stuff out. And most jobs, like, you don't really need to know the stuff anyways, but still, so I could see why they teach things the way they do now. Like, how do you add 98 to, what's a different way of adding 98 to a number? Well, you would add 100 and then minus 2. Instead of trying to take whatever number that is and like adding 98, it's like an off number. It's not an even number. It's like, oh, it's weird. How do I add? I got to carry over. But you could just do that in your head. So I just learned that tonight. So I'm like, Adam, you understand it? And when he finally gets it, I'm like, guess what, Adam? After he understands it, I say, guess what? He's like, what, Dad? And I'm like, I literally just learned that right now. Like right now. For the first time in my life, I just learned that. So I'm like, we're learning together. He's like, all right, we're a learning team. He gave me a high five. That was pretty cool. Glam, what's up, Glam? Yes, we got everybody tonight, man. That's awesome. Yeah, man. 40 something minutes into the stream, we got JX, what's up? JX says hello to Glam. Yup, what's up? We got Nick, JX, and Elite. That's the triple threat right there. We had Ava earlier, but you guys know Ava, man. She gets mad, boy. I was talking too much, and she wanted to win the game. I got a couple people like that too. They're like, come on, man, we need you. I'm like, I'm a streamer first and a gamer second. So I will be chit-chatting to my chat, and even if that costs us a game. I'm sorry, guys. But that to me is an important part of the whole stream thing. But I've actually gotten better at talking and gaming. Like, there's a balance, but I'm not always going to get it right. But what happened was one of our team members, some random person, they got kicked out or whatever. So we ended up doing a 3v2, and then we died a couple matches in a row. And Ava was like, I'm out of here. So Ava, some anger management. I probably need some anger management myself. We probably all need some anger management at some point. And anger might look different for everybody. So just because it's anger, it doesn't mean that you're violent. Doesn't mean that you're, rude or whatever. It could just be just anger you need to control. So, yeah. Lately, in the mornings, I'm dropping off my son in school, and these parents that are not following the rules, right? Like I'm having old people conversation right now. We're on the right lane. The left lane's supposed to stay open because there's only one lane that leads into the school's parking area or drop-off zone. Then you have these parents that are running late. So instead of being on the last part way behind us, they want to get on the left open lane and drive right past us and cut everybody off. So everybody's been waiting in line patiently for the last 7 minutes, and now you guys want to just come and you just showed up, and now you're 50 cars ahead of us because you're not following the rules. So a lot of parents are real pissed off about that, and I'm one of them. And I've been like flipping my lid, like yelling and acting crazy. So I realized, you know what, they're wrong, and one day karma's gonna, you know, land them in whatever issue. But I can't be stressing out about stuff like that before I even start my day at work. You know what I mean? So yeah. Yes, Nick, you said it, not me. Matter of fact, that's a funny story. One of our other mods popped in the stream. He's from the UK. You guys know who he is, but I'm not gonna say his name. But he was like, he got on the Discord in the chat room, the private chat room that we have. And he was like, dude, who is this glam girl, right? Because her name is like Glam Goddess in the game. And he's like, she's like super toxic. She's screaming. She's like being rude to AJ. She's like, you know, to me, I don't look at it like that, because I know it's like certain age group acts certain ways, you know, like a little bit bratty or whatever. So I'm used to that. I got a 9-year-old son. So for me, it's like, I can tolerate it more. But he was like flipping out, like, what's going on? And then Nick was like, huh? What do you mean? Like, Nick thought that he was talking about Elite Glam. Was like, no, that's a different glam. So he's like, they're like going kind of just like discussing that, like, really, how do you say that? Like, where are you getting that from? How is that toxic? And then I came and I realized what was happening, so I cleared it out. I'm like, oh no, he's talking about a different glam, not Elite Glam. And then he was like, oh, okay, thank you for clarifying. But yeah, that was pretty funny. A little behind the scenes conversations between the mods. JX says the same thing in his high school parking. Yes, man. So, and they just built a high school right behind his school. So it's like the same company, like a charter school. So they have like the K through 8. That's where he goes. And then behind there, they just built a whole high school. But the high school starts earlier in the morning. But there's still like some like traffic like issues and stuff. It's just crazy. But the parents skipping the line is really messed up, you know? And I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I made some stupid decisions this week, and I tried to like get on the left lane to block them, to make them wait behind me, right? And it worked the first day, right? I'm teaching them a lesson, and then I get back on the right lane, like kind of like in between. But then like, all right, 2 wrongs don't make a right. Okay, I get that, and that's why I'm being real about it. But at that moment, I was the hero of the day. Problem is, the next day I try the same thing, and this crazy lady comes around and gets up on the curb and to go around. I'm like, wow, lady, you serious? You know, and that's when I realized, all right, let me not do this, because 2 wrongs don't make a right, and I could probably lead into another issue. So now I just watch them as they go by, and I'm like, should I flick them off? No, because I'm teaching my son how to be, you know, a hothead, and he's already a hothead. So I'm like, all right, let me just lead by example and just chill. Just say, they're cheating, they're doing the wrong thing, and we're doing the right thing, you know. And even if we're late because of them cutting us off, and now we're the ones that late, they're late, but they're cutting us off, they're on time, and they mark us late. So yeah, little things like that I get pissed about. Good, Nick. Yeah, man, exactly. Because, you know, at the end of the day, like, I don't know if I share this with you guys, but I have high blood pressure. I've had high blood pressure since I was 25 years old. So you can, you know, my father had high blood pressure. His father died from a stroke. So I don't need to be getting angry or upset about things that are outside of my control. And that's something that I've always been a worrisome person. And, you know, that's what I had those issues when, you know, my parents were having their issues when I was a kid. Like, I was worried. So like, my brothers seem much more cool and calm about, you know, issues growing up as kids. I've always been the one freaking out about everything. And my middle brother has always been the one to try to like calm me down and talk to me like, dude, just relax, stuff like that. But it was just in my genes to have high blood pressure. So I literally like take like medicine each day to keep my blood pressure low. And of course, that's why I'm trying to like eat better now and like lose weight again, because when you are above your weight or you're supposed to be, that's not good health wise, you know. And then, you know, come on, man, I'm still too young to be, you know, feeling like I'm an old man. There's no way, especially with a 2-year-old daughter. Like, I need to be like, I want to be like one of those 50-year-olds looking like a model. You know, those guys that like 50, they got the white beards, but they're like built and stuff. That's what I need to be, because I need to be there for Ava to protect her, you know. And my wife is a little younger than I am, so I need to try to look good for her as well. So but yeah, guys, we have the queue is open, so let me know, or just drop yeah, buff grandpa, exactly. Yeah, you've seen them. Some of them are like out of control buff. They're like, whoa, dude, ease up, man, ease up, grandpa. Now I'm trying to be like in the middle of that, like halfway. So but let me know if anyone is down for a couple rounds. But tomorrow is Friday. Thank God it's Friday, and it's Halloween. I can't believe it's been a year. You guys remember last year I did like a little Halloween stream where I started off the stream wearing a mask. I cannot believe a year. It's like literally been a little bit over a year since I've been streaming, you know, on Twitch or YouTube, whatever. So in December, it'll be a year since I switched to YouTube. My first big stream on YouTube was on my birthday, December 17th. We had 17 people here. The reason why we had that many is because a lot of my family members, you know, went out of the way to join the stream, because I said, hey, I'm celebrating my birthday on the stream, and it worked. I had all you guys that were there at the time, plus all like my family that has, you know, YouTube. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, so that's basically why my original goal was to hit 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours by the end of the year. Is still a possibility. I got a couple new subscribers. I noticed on my video that I just put out, the review video of the leather case, the Apple's midnight leather case versus the other one that I've been using. And that was a fun video for me to make. It took me 30 minutes to actually record it. I used 2 separate cameras, this one here and my other A7C, which I mounted to a bracket right behind this monitor, and I pointed it down. And I think the video came out really good, and it gave me an opportunity to use Final Cut Pro and my MacBook, my M1 MacBook that I got. And I was really proud of it, because I was like, wow, I can do it now. I've officially feel comfortable enough switching from the other software to this one. And it came out pretty good. There were some things that made things easier to do. And it was the first time that I used 2 different video clips, 2 different like video feeds to like try to cut it and edit. And that was challenging, but it came out pretty good. I'm sure there was better ways to do it. I'm sure I did it the harder way, but you know, the more times I do it, the better, you know. So check that video out if you haven't done so. Please leave a comment if you haven't done so, please. Let me start this playlist again. I really like this playlist. And shout out to Harris Heller, man. Like, I mean, the dude's like a stream god in my opinion. He's been doing this for years now. He now owns this record company that's putting out music for streamers to be able to use on their streams, on their YouTube videos. Every background track you've ever heard on this stream for the last like 5 months, and on all my YouTube upload videos, they've all been from Stream Beats from Harris Heller. So it's just amazing. That he deserves all the recognition and just everything that he's got going for him. You know, that was one of the major inspirations when I first started to learn how to set up a stream and how to set up like the basics and stuff. So I never really say that on stream much, but definitely glad that he's out there helping smaller streamers. Not everybody's gonna blow up. Not everybody's gonna be a Harris Heller or a Ninja. It's not happening. But just having a small community like this is a gift, man. Like, I feel so much better after having a really rough day, coming here and connecting, playing video games or whatever it is that we do. It's just I love it, man. But yeah, this Halloween, I do the same mistake every year. I make the same mistake. We wait to the last minute to try to get Adam his costumes, and when we get to the store, everything's sold out. And he's like, "Dude, you're gonna wait again to the very end?" And he reminded us last weekend, and we just have so much stuff happening, and like, with the house and like trying to find new people. And now the pool, by the way, guys, is actually, they're making progress. They've already poured the concrete and everything. Like I'll have to post a picture this weekend and share it with you guys on Discord or on the next stream. So it'll be nice. I'll be able to make YouTube videos sitting out by the pool. You know what I mean? Like sitting by a little bench by the pool, just, you know, hanging out and, you know, recording talking parts outside of the house, you know? So, you know, there's a lot of cool potential with the small house renovation. And I think it's going to make it nicer for me to even like walk through the house while talking into the camera. Before it was like, I was embarrassed to let people see the inside of this place. But I think once everything's done, it's going to be, you know, a lot nicer. So the 31st is Sunday, is the last weekday before Halloween. 31st is Sunday. It's the last weekday before Halloween. Wait, Halloween is October 31st, is it not? Wait, you confused me with your comment. Oh, we got 8 likes. Thank you guys. Yes, tomorrow's the 29th. I believe. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, tomorrow. Oh God, I don't even know. What in the world? Yes, tomorrow's the 29th, which is Friday. We're gonna celebrate it on Saturday because his school's having like this outdoor function, what they do every year. Sunday is a school night, which sucks to celebrate Halloween on a Sunday. I don't like that, you know. Like Halloween should be on a Saturday, so that way we could, like, you know, like, I don't know. I always hate having to do Halloween on a school night. So that is a buzzkill. We're gonna celebrate it Saturday, and we're gonna go to this little like haunted house place in the Children's Museum here in Jensen Beach, Florida. They do have a like children's museum, and then I've never been there for Halloween, but apparently they deck it out and they make it into this cool haunted house. And Adam's like challenging himself because he's like he's such a scary cat, but he's challenging himself to do a haunted house because me and his mom, we've been to like Halloween Horror Nights in Universal Studios. I don't know if you guys been to Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights, but it is so cool, man. Like you have to do that one year, even if it takes you, 5, 6, 7 years from now, whatever, when you can do that on your own. Or if your family's going, if you could talk your family into doing that one year. They do it all month. It's like all of October. But Halloween Horror Nights is super cool. Now, a lot of other places do little, events. So I want to take the kids. I want to take both of them. So it's going to be fun because I want to see how much of a little scary cat he is. But yeah. No, you're good, Nick. No, because I did say that. But now, will I stream up this Sunday on Halloween? I'm not sure, guys, because we have to start dismantling this room. I've mentioned it at the beginning of the stream. For those that were not here, a few months ago, I had kept warning you guys that I wasn't going to be able to stream for a couple weeks. That never actually happened because the person that was doing the tile work, he never even made it into this room. So now this guy that's going to be starting supposedly next week, he's going to be starting probably with either this room or the room right next door. And so I'm going to have to like take all this furniture down. I got to take apart my drum set back there. That's going to be a pain in the butt, man. I got to take that thing down, like remembering how to put it back together and get the settings just right on that drum machine back there it's a night. It's going to be a nightmare. I'm pretty confident with the computers taking all this down. I got to, we have to shove everything in the living room. So our life is going to be much more stressful for a little bit longer because that living room is going to be packed with all the furniture from this room and Adam's room. So it's not going to be nowhere to walk. So, oh God, but it's part of the process. It's outside of our control. Once it's done, it'll be worth it. So bit by bit. Yeah, we'll get there. So with that being said, it might be a couple weeks before I do a stream in this room. And then the good news is that once he's done with this room, I'm going to put everything back in and I'm going to clean it up as I put it back in. Right now it's an embarrassing mess in here. But what I'm going to do is clean it really good, dust, hide everything, put stuff away where it should be, get all these boxes out of here. And I'll make a video showing my setup. It'll be like my desk setup tour video. So that will give me another reason to make another video to practice. But that will be the 2020 video, because then hopefully the original contractor that had given us a quote for the garage project, turning the garage into a YouTube studio, hopefully he doesn't like disappear and that happens hopefully within the first part of this coming year. that'll be sweet, because then it's going to be like a whole vlog that I get to do, where it's like building the YouTube studio and, you know, being able to make videos from that room, and, you know, all the work that's going to go into it. Because I don't want it to be echoey. I want it to be like, you know, lights and, you know, truly like a studio. So it has to be really thought out. So I think that's going to be super cool. I know it was supposed to happen this year. Obviously it's not. So between the pool in the backyard, retiling the floors, and then eventually converting the garage into a studio, you know, a man cave, or, you know, whatever, that's going to be... Hey, Ava. Hi. Oh, mommy's coming. Mommy's coming. No. Oh, you got food all over you. Oh. Where's her shirt? Oh, there she is. Okay. Ava wants to say hi, everybody. I'm gonna put on a little shirt here. She just got out of the shower. But this has been a fun stream, guys. Thank you so much. Like, I'm not even playing games. I'm just sitting here chit-chatting about whatever topic comes up. Love it. But I am excited about Halloween. I haven't been this excited for Halloween in a while.
Oh, yeah? Why? What are you gonna be?
I don't know. My wife just asked me, what am I gonna be? I don't know.
Hello. 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 I got something.
What?
Say how are you?
Hey, how are you?
Phone.
Headphones. Yeah, she said phones. Headphones.
A phone.
Headphones. She's learning how to talk. She's 2 years old, and she says a lot. You know, like she says a lot. No, don't squeeze that. Say something. Talk. Say something. Say I love you.
I love you.
Oh, she just blew you a kiss. There it is. There it is. You're gonna steal all my viewers, aren't you? Mwah. Oh.
A dress.
Dress. A dress. Yes, that is a dress. That's a nice dress you have. Yeah.
Give Daddy a kiss. Give Daddy a kiss.
Oh, she kissed and then burped in my face. Great.
Phone.
Headphones. Yes.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Oh man, I'm telling you. I know. She is just something else. You know, and I told Adam, I said, you know, if you do your homework tonight, tomorrow maybe we could do like a father-son stream. Like, I'm gonna give you fair warning. He's gonna be a little bit rowdy. All right. I'm gonna try to kind of limit the toxicity. I can't even say that word. I'm just gonna try to keep him as calm as possible, but at the same time I want him to be him, because he gets, you know, shy, because he gets, you know, caught up with his, you know, language and stuff, but I just want him to just do his thing, have fun. But what I'm hoping to do, I wanted to get a wider lens, so if he sits next to me, like you could see him sitting next to me, because this angle is only covers so much like space, you know what I mean? So I would like to do that rather than having two separate cameras. My computer won't really handle all two separate cameras running in a stream at once. But I want to do like Mario, Luigi, because we have like a Nintendo Switch. So I want to like disconnect the PS5 and connect the Nintendo Switch, so that way we can play like, you know, like Nintendo games, like co-op games. And I was thinking that's maybe this weekend, because this weekend will probably be my last stream before that guy starts, you know, asking us to rip everything out. And I think my wife wants to be proactive, and before he starts, have everything already out there so he can just get to work. So either way, this weekend will be my last stream in this room for maybe some time. And I was thinking of doing something like that, like a little father-son, you know, Nintendo Switch type of stream. So yeah, that would be fun. Plus, I haven't played Nintendo Switch in a while, and Mario games and stuff like that, they're fun and they're hard. Like Luigi's Mansion, I got stuck on that game, and I'm gonna need your guys' help, because there's a level where there's like sand or whatever, and I can't seem to get past it. The game came out 2 years ago, and I'm stuck right here. But that is a fun, super fun game. And so I know that Chicken Runner had been asking for a while about, hey, when's that Nintendo stream coming? So it will come. It will definitely come. And more than likely, it'll be this weekend. Oh, you just started back on Switch? Nice. Yep. Yeah, no, the Switch is cool, man. I mean, yeah, it's not super strong. It's not going to run games at like 1080p or 4K or nothing like that. It, you know, frame rates are terrible when it comes to games like Apex Legends. I just can't. I can't play Apex Legends on Switch. I can't do it. Some people do that on this stream. Some people join us. I think Jaden. I don't know. I think Jaden went to bed because he was here earlier saying he was tired. But I think Jaden plays on the Switch, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody plays on the Switch, and they do pretty good. So they've got the hang of it. Not me. I can't do it. After playing the Apex Legends on a console, like a PS5 or a PS4 or PC, Xbox, that game I cannot play on a Switch. Some games are just not meant for it. But games that Nintendo actually makes, like Mario, Zelda, all those games that they make for, the first party games, they run perfectly. They're designed for the Switch. They run great, and it's not about the graphics. It's about how smooth and just the game itself, and that's fine. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm a tech nerd, and the day that they announce a Nintendo Switch Pro, I will be getting that. I'll probably sell this Switch and use that towards, something like that. So yeah. Yes, Nick, they are. It's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work because sometimes I just want to come home and play video games, and I can't because I got to sit there and help him do his homework. Then you get this worry thing. You guys already know. I already told you. This whole stream I talk about how I'm a worry person. Even as a kid, I was born that way. So now it's like kids are great, but then it's like a whole new level of worry that you're like, oh God, you got to worry about them. You got to worry about, are they learning the material? How are they acting at school? Today his teacher called. Like he didn't leave a message, but it's like usually when that happens is that he's not following the directions. He was blabbering instead of doing the work. And usually is when he's like uncomfortable with the work or he feels like he doesn't understand it, he'll try to just talk and try to, because he doesn't want to admit like, hey, I'm lost. Like you've explained it 3 times and I still don't get it, and that happens sometimes. It happens to me. I'm sure it happens to you guys. So, I worry about all that stuff, and Ava, all kids are different too. So like, we didn't really know at first that we were going to have a second one until we decided later on to have a second one, but they're completely different. They look alike. They're similar features, but they are completely different. Like, she seems to be a little bit more advanced when it comes to the timing of when she's starting to do things. It could be like a girls versus boys thing, or it could just be herself individual. But like she's talking at 2 when he was like 4 years old, starting to say words. It's like, wow, night and day difference. Is crazy. Yeah, he doesn't want to admit, And I told him like, don't be shy. If you don't understand something, kids, say something, because like, don't worry about what your friends or people. I almost say coworkers because I'm so used to talking about work stuff, but it doesn't matter what I said. The kids that ask questions are usually going to be the bosses at work, the smart ones, the ones that end up being rich or whatever, or just happy in life. The ones that think you're too cool to ask questions, or the ones that the ones that are usually like the cool kids. Listen, they're going to end up, more than likely, statistics show that they are probably going to be working for the ones that the nerdy ones. Because I think he's used the word nerd once, and I'm like, dude, I wish I could go back to school and be and have been labeled as a nerd, because those are the ones that have making good for themselves. They, it's just, the nerds are, you're just better off being a nerd than being something else. So, that's your safer bet, is to be the nerd, because they start with labels already. Like it's 4th grade and they're already starting to label. There's no way to escape it. There's no way. I was a drummer. I played drums in a rock band. My older brother was the bass player. And then his friends from his grades, they were like 4 years older than me, and they they were in a band. And then I got my first drum set at 13. By age 14, I was in a band with them, and then they were already graduated high school. By that time I was 16 years old, playing in clubs. Like 2 a.m. I had to go to school the next day. And the only reason my parents let me do that is because I was with my brother, and it was like, it was cool, like I didn't care about school. I didn't pay attention in high school. I just wanted to do the bare minimum to get out, and so I was then I graduated high school. Then I got into the party life, the DJs and the techno music in the late 90s, early 2000s, and that was a fun ride, and I had a little bit of success with that as well. I was recognized at a local level in the nightclub scene. I even flew to Puerto Rico to do a show out there because there was promoters booking us in different places. I had a CD that it was being played in Brazil at one point, and so that was a fun little chapter in my life. And you know, some of those guys are still doing their thing, traveling the world and touring and stuff. And so, but you know, for me, I ended up a different direction, and kind of worked out better for me because, you know, I'm more of a family sit at home type of person. But I could go both ways. You know how some people are not like, they're like socially reserved, or you know, what's the word? That's not what I'm looking for. It's when you are antisocial. So I can be antisocial, like I could be like a professional antisocial but, and I'm okay with that, but at the same time I could flick like light switch and I could just be super social and be out till, you know, whatever time in the morning, having a good old time. So some people are just one or the other. I'm like a Jekyll and Hyde. I can just be antisocial and just enjoy it and not have friends and nothing like that. Or I can go out, dance, have a good time, have a couple of drinks, or not. I could still have a good time without it. So, you know, don't get me started because I don't want to go out tonight. But if you make me go out, then I'm gonna have like, you're gonna be like wishing you didn't ask me to go out tonight. You know, like I'm gonna be like, no, let's keep going. You know, there. So. Nick says the thing about that is that you have to be smart and also develop social skills just as much. Yep. Otherwise the smarts won't mean much. Yeah, no, you're right about that. It's a good balance. It's yeah. Otherwise then you won't have that. Then you'll be just super smart and not know how to communicate with others. And that's not a good look either. Yeah. So it is a balance. But I mean, and his school is pretty cool. Like, you know, they have a good support system at his school. We go there as parents and we have meetings annually to assess what type of accommodations would work better for Adam's individual education plan. Because while some kids don't need that because they learn at a faster pace, you know, if one kid has like just say a language impairment and everything else is fine, well, that one language impairment could actually slow him down on all the subjects. So we have to have some sort of things to, you know, offset that and or counteract that or whatever. And so there's some things that each year we analyze. All right, what's working? What could we do to enhance that? Is there some things that we don't need anymore and things like that, you know? So his school's pretty good with that. And as long as you stay on it and make sure the school's on it. But at the end of the day, no matter how much support you have, you know, your son or child, whatever, they have to put their part in. That's why I tell them, I'm like, dude, don't have us going to school looking like, you know, making us look bad, because we're working hard for you and making sure that they're doing their part. But that means you got to put the work in. Like, you can't just have a bunch of people willing to help you, give you extra support. But if you're not trying, then that's none of this is going to help. So don't waste my time when I'm giving you my all. It's crazy. So whenever he does well, of course, we celebrate and we recognize that. But like a day like today, where he was, I guess, chatting during a time that he should have been working, now what you're doing is you're messing up the other kids that are trying to learn because you're chit-chatting so much. And I'm pretty sure he gets that from me because I like chatting so much, you know? So... Let's go. There's some things that I also missed out on too. Actually, you know, there's some, when I think about like high school and stuff, and like me, you know, like I mentioned, I was in a band outside of school and stuff like that. And I thought it was super cool. It was the 90s. That was back when, like, you know, Nirvana and like Green Day were out. But you know, I just felt like I was a rock star, you know, in my own little planet. Problem with that is then I never made connections with kids my own age. And, you know, I never even had a girlfriend at, you know, my age ever. And I didn't start even having an official girlfriend until I was like 21, 22 or something like that. And so I had a very late start because I was like in this I got into this world of music and nothing else, and I disconnected from every other social aspect of life, and it was just that. But there was more to that. And like, you know, what do you have to offer someone when all you do is just one specific thing, you know? And so that kind of threw me off. And then I didn't have the normal, like, how do you communicate, you know, with someone, or, you know, and so that made me feel, you know, different. And so I was a little bit shy and hesitant to start conversations or start relationships because I didn't know what I was supposed to do. And that alone like messed me up for a while. So that's why I'm such a late start. Like I'm a late bloomer because of that. So I absolutely agree about, you know, regretting some of that, missing out on the social aspect part in school. You know, like for example, prom. I never went to prom. I never went to school dances. I never went to any of that stuff that kids till this day do. That's like a thing that they do, you know? And I'm like, I never did it. I just never did it because I just wasn't connected to the school, to that realm of, social. I just felt like I was a whole separate, you know, I didn't belong. I didn't, you know, kind of like separate thing. You know, I was very close to my two older brothers, and that's all I did. I just stuck with the family, and that was it. You know, I had minimal friends in high school, and the ones that I did I'm still friends with till this day. You know, literally like two of them, you know, two, that's it. Still know them. Yeah, I know. I don't know. I can't say, you know, that I can't say I miss those days because I can't believe how fast time goes by because, you know, 5 years, 10 years, 15, all of a sudden 25-year anniversary. You're like, wait a second. I still feel like I'm in high school. I still feel like that same, you know, I was 17 when I graduated. And I'm like, it's crazy, you know, and I'm like, wow, like think about that. Think about the music that was out then. Think about it just keeps on going. Yeah. But I did have some good times, you know, like I said, there were some things I regret, yes, but I look back and I go, oh man, I'm glad I did that. Like, you know, playing drums, like that was my main thing. So of course I loved it, you know. So there's a lot of things that I did enjoy that I do miss about that, you know, that worry. Like I had a lot less worries. Obviously you're not an adult, or you're not a teenager going through certain things. I was like a young teen. I didn't really mature much until I was in my late 20s, you know. I was just having a good old time, not worrying about nothing. Yeah, exactly, Nick. As far as like my son and stuff, like, yeah, you got to be able to do, like, you got to put your part in. There's no way that everyone's just gonna do it for it. Like tonight, I was helping him with homework, and he was like, looking away. I'm like, whoa, don't look away. Look at the computer screen. Like, what's next? You know, he was expecting me to read it for him. I'm like, in school, yes, some of those accommodations are for them to read you certain parts and let you decide. But at home, I'm not doing that. I'm training you to be more independent. You're going to read the whole thing, and then you're going to figure out why. And before he just makes a silly mistake by not really reading thorough, I'm like, are you sure that's the right answer? And if it is, I'll say, like, are you sure? And it'll make him think twice. And he's like, no, it definitely is. And that's when I know he knows that it's right. Okay, go ahead, press it. Or if it's wrong and he's ready, like, I'm like, are you sure? Did you check the other ones to see if there's a better answer? Why? And if you get it wrong, let me explain why it's wrong. He tries to be like, all right, it's wrong. Let's go to the next one. I'm like, no. Like, you're not just going to go to the next one. Let's discuss why it's wrong so you can understand which is the right one for next time. So it's a lot of work, guys. I put work in, and my wife, she does a lot too. She's like, you know, she's the one that's preparing dinner. She's doing so much. So it's easy for me to be like, you do this. Like, she's like, why are you getting so upset with him? I'm like, cause like you're over there doing, you know, she's like, what do you want to cook? I'm like, no, I definitely don't want to cook. Cause even if I did, you're not going to want to eat it. So, okay, I'll stick with the homework. You stick with that. It's crazy. Oh yeah, for sure, Nick. Yeah, that always happens because then you look like the outsider. They're like, oh, this guy's like super serious, like so smart. Like they're hee ha 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 hee about something that you're like, really? Like that's nothing. You know, like, yeah, totally different mindset for sure. So that makes you stick out like a sore thumb. By the way, this is actually the earliest that I've got on a stream because I got home early from work. I actually left early so I could pick him up and take him to the dentist appointment. By the time we got out, I took him to Five Guys, ate some fries because they had the best French fries. Ordered him like a little kid-sized burger. He ate most of it. Came home, put him straight to his homework, helped him get through it. I showered. I was ready. I was streaming it by 7:30 p.m. That is the first time in a long time. And sorry that he's in the background yelling. You keep hearing him say Coco, Coco, because he's having a good old time playing with Coco. Coco, the chocolate lab. Yes, you are, Nick. Absolutely. Yes, you are. Well, I always enjoy our conversations, man. Always. But that's cool, man. Like, so this weekend, like I said, I know I'll definitely squeeze one more stream. Hopefully you guys are available around that time, because, you know, I never know when you guys are just, you know, ready to watch a stream or not. But hopefully you are. You know, I don't know if it'll be the Nintendo stream with Adam. I'm not sure yet, but I'm gonna try. And then what I'll do is I'll just start like taking stuff down. Now with my MacBook Air that I have, it is definitely strong enough to run a stream, because it's probably just as strong as my PC here, right? It's just a small little laptop. The thing is, I don't really have like a cool spot yet in my house that I can actually do a stream. And if I did, it might be something like a talking thing like this. And if I did something like that, maybe on Discord, we can come up with some different topics and make it interactive. So we could do something, you know, other than gaming. Because I don't think I can game like on the laptop or whatever, you know, or maybe I can, I don't know. So, and the backyard is still under construction, so that looks like a hot mess. There's really no escape from this hot mess. So there might be a small chance that I just disappear for 2 weeks. So please, if I disappear for 2 weeks, just know that I'm coming back. So for sure, don't fret. I will be back. I'm trying to think what other obstacles am I facing coming up here with this whole YouTube thing. Yeah, I guess once we speak to this guy, you know, we sign the contract to get the project going, I'll have a better idea of what his game plan is. I think that'll help me figure stuff out, because I start over analyzing and thinking too much, and then I get stressed out, and I don't want to do anything. I got a bad habit of doing that. Like, you just get like you're frozen thinking about what you're going to do and how it's going to come out, instead of just doing it and putting it out. And that's why it took me 7 months to make another video. By the way, I'm going to advertise that again. If you have not seen that video, please watch it from beginning to end. It's 4 minutes and 55 seconds. So that retention time is so huge. I even asked my mom, hey, if you watch my videos, don't skip through it. Watch it from beginning to end. Hit the like button, drop a comment. Yeah, so, but, yeah, you know, and you know, I guess the bright side about having to rip this room down and then bring it back in is I will do a much cleaner job setting it up this time around. That it's going to inspire me to create a couple more videos in this room. So I got a couple of ideas that I have just in the background that I'm finally going to commit to doing. So, you know, I definitely will be making a tutorial on how to update firmware, software of a camera lens. So there's a whole group of people that watch videos around camera gear. And so I would love to tap into that a little bit, because I know of one content creator who, she's awesome. She just hit over 1,000 subscribers, and her content is around making YouTube videos and the camera gear and stuff like that. And she was even saying that she doesn't know how to update the firmware. So I'm like, well, shit, I'm going to make a video about how to do that. And so I'm like, if I make that video, come watch it. She's like, yeah, absolutely, I will. So I figured, you know, even if I get, you know, a handful of views out of that, anything's better than nothing, you know? See, Nick says, I went to the store the other day and had a conversation with the clerk, and she thought I was in my 30s because of how I conducted myself. Yes, exactly. But you're 20. Yes. I want to tell you my episode. No, I mean, it might feel weird now because she thought you were in your 30s, but no. It just makes sense. Sometimes just, which makes sense in your case because, you know, you probably had more of an adult approach to whatever the topic was, and, you know, something that she's not expecting a 20-year-old to talk about, or maybe the way they came across. That makes a big difference, you know. Me, I'm still very much a kid at heart, and it comes out probably in the way I talk and handle myself. And a lot of people think I'm a lot younger than what I am. So if I tell somebody that in December I'm gonna be 42, they're like, what? I mean, you know, I'm like, yeah, I got 2 kids. But then again, people of my age, honestly, their kids are already graduating high school. I'm just now having kids. Like I said earlier in the stream, I'm a late bloomer. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have my first kid till I was 32. And my second was when I was 39, about to be 40. Now my baby's 2. I'm about to be 42. So, yeah. So a lot of people are like, whoa, I thought you were in your 30s, you know? So like, no, I'm not in my 30s, you know? Although I feel like I'm in my 30s. And my 30s was awesome. I thought my 20s were cool. Man, my 30s were amazing. So it's just crazy because I remember when I was in high school thinking that 30 was old. 30 is not old. 30 is young, you know? And so, you know, it's just crazy. Jewelry. Man, what I don't wear too much jewelry, but because I'm into tech, I am wearing, like, there was a phase that I did wear jewelry, but now to me, like, that's why I get the fancier Apple Watch, the one with the gold, with the one that costs twice as much, just so I can have the stainless steel metal. It's just, to me, like, that's a nice little jewelry, and you can dress it up with either the leather bands and stuff like that. I used to have earrings when I was a teenager, or not a teenager, in my 20s. I took those off, the little hoop earrings back in the day. That was a thing. I used to always wear a gold chain. I don't wear that anymore. I do have I used to have a couple rings I don't wear, but I do have a wedding ring that I wear from time to time. I probably should start wearing that again to work, because I usually don't wear it to work, because I used to hate having to wash, you know, the coronavirus, they make you wash your hands all day long, and I don't like wearing rings and having to wash, because then you take it off, I feel like I'm gonna lose it. But every once in a while I get an urge to want to buy a new chain or something, you know, like my glasses, they're like black metal, but I was thinking maybe I should go back to gold, like gold rim glasses, you know, or even like the silver, you know, stainless steel type of, you know, I've been doing the black for a while, so I might go back to like you know, that, and then that way I can match it with jewelry, you know. So I stopped, once I wore black rims, I stopped wearing jewelry. But if I do gold, then I can go back to gold stuff, or if I do silver, I can go to like white gold stuff. So that's good. Yeah, I don't know much about it, but I like I said, my wife, she doesn't really wear too much either, you know, but it does look good though. Like if it's done right, because I'll see people that wear jewelry, I'm like, wow, that, you know, it does look good. Like it's just, it has a little fling, a little something. It's like, boom. It could, and then it could, the way you do it too could be off-putting. If you do it right, it could look super classy. You know, it's interesting how jewelry, how you can present yourself on what type of jewelry and how you use it, how you wear it, and stuff like that makes a big difference. My son is one that picks up on things like that, because he was like, hey dad, the owner of that restaurant, we were having breakfast the other day, he's like, he had a chain just like yours. I'm like, what? Like, I didn't even recognize the chain. He's like, yeah, he had a gold chain with the little emblem, with the little Puerto Rican flag. I'm like, what? You noticed that on him? I didn't notice any of that. So coincidentally, the next weekend I took my parents there, which is this last weekend, and then I looked at his chain. I'm like, oh damn, like he had that on last time and I didn't even recognize that, but like Adam picked up on that. So I'm like, damn. You know, some people just are oblivious to what people are wearing. Guys, it is 9 o'clock, and usually about an hour and a half into the stream, I'm like, on a weekday, I'm like hanging it up. I think I'm gonna get off in a few moments because Adam's been going to bed a little bit late lately, and so then I have to fight with him in the morning to get him up to go to school on time. And then of course, if he doesn't have a good night rest, he's a little bit at school the next day. So I want to try to get him to bed by 9:30. I always say that. Next thing you know, it's 10 o'clock and he's still up, which is not good for a kid. No, especially for someone like him. He needs his rest. So I hope I have a better day, man. I hope he has a better day as well. But I will. I'm gonna have a stream tomorrow because it's Friday. We usually go out to eat on a Friday, And if we do that, then the stream will be like around 9 something. So if you guys are down, please hit me up tomorrow on Discord if you want to be able to jump on a game, because I'd like to have a game night. Let me drop my Discord link just in case there's anybody creeping. Oh, hey, thank you for subscribing, Grim Gamer 6198. That might be one of you guys with the, is that one of your guys' alternate accounts? I love when you do that. I don't mind. Let me drop the Discord link. Oh, you know, that's tough too. Like getting a ring for someone and not knowing their ring size, that is very awkward. Very, because if you're, especially if you're trying to do it as a surprise, you're trying to do it as a surprise and be like, hey, what's your ring? What's your ring size? You know. But yeah, knowing all that stuff is super duper important. Yeah, and how exactly the earrings with the face and all that, it makes a big deal. You know, when I first met my wife, she had these like hoop earrings. She was 21. She had just turned 21 when I met her, which by the way feels like just yesterday. It literally, we've been together now. We've been married for almost 10 years. We met each other like almost 12 years ago and started dating 11 years ago. That's crazy. And I mean, straight up, I think I was like 28, or yeah, I was 29. She was 21. So just like a flash. But anyways, I still remember she had these hoop earrings. She had her hair down, like cut down like halfway. And I remember thinking, man, that looks so good on her. Like, I love that, you know? And she was still like just coming out of high school. She was only a few years out of high school at that point, you know? Now she's like a whole different person. I'm sure I am too. But now she's more professional, you know, she's a bank manager, you know, she's just, you know, she holds herself completely different. But that jewelry won't really fit her anymore. It won't even fit her personality anymore. Would I like it? Sure, yeah, I would like it. But I think that's more of like, you know, her younger version of her. Now it's got to be something different. It just won't feel right. It's crazy. And that's jewelry. Like, jewelry makes a big difference. Yes, I know. I'll probably play this back later on, get some brownie points. Dylan, what's up, Dylan? Welcome back, man. I figured that. I was about to say, like, guys, I don't get many new subscribers lately. So whenever I get a new subscriber, I'm like, it's got to be one of you guys' alternate accounts. Which, like I said, I'm absolutely cool with that. You know, we're gonna get to 1,000 subscribers, man. Like I said, I'm not gonna. You know, and hopefully this last video I put out, I already got a couple new subscribers just off of that video, which is awesome. I got a couple good feedback from some other YouTubers, because I've been visiting other YouTubers that do similar stuff and say, hey man, that looks awesome how you're doing it. You know, check my channel out if you get a moment. Give me some advice. You know, I'm not even asking them to subscribe, nothing. And you know, a couple of them actually subscribed. You know, some of them are like, oh, well, the way I've been doing it is just by hard work. It's like, come on, man, you got to give me more than that. Like, how do you get those shots? How do you doing this? How are you doing that? Like, you know, don't just give me the cheesy, like, oh, just hard work and it'll happen. Like, nah, man. Like, I want to know, like, what software are you using? What? Come on, answer my questions, man. Don't, you know. So when you guys notice that whenever a newer streamer or creator comes in here and asks me questions, I will stop the game and talk to the person. Like, I love that, you know. So it's kind of like, oh, really, you're gonna give me that response, you know? So, but yeah, man. But welcome back, bro. Welcome back. Yeah, Dylan, we actually have not. I think I did 2 rounds of Apex today. When not my daughter Ava, but Ava was here, but she got frustrated and she's like, I'm out of here. I cannot be on a losing team. She bolted out. But I just been chit-chatting with you guys just about, you know, different topics and stuff, and it's been great. Like, this is an awesome stream. Yeah, you know, it puts things into perspective too. Like, there's other things. You got to find things in life that will, like, something that feels like a payoff. Like, you had a rough day. Let me find something that makes me feel like it. What's the words I'm looking for? Like, a payoff, or justify the crappy day you had, or whatever. Or even if you had a decent day, just something that will. You know, I don't have the best vocabulary. I wish I did. This is one thing that I regret in my life is in school, I never tried. I just did the bare minimum. But one class that I was pretty good at without trying was like English class, you know, or like, you know, writing or whatever. I was pretty good. I'm like, how did I pass this class? I didn't, you know, I practically failed everything else, but this one seemed to always be. Imagine if I tried, if I would have went all the way and I tried to go to college for like a year and I dropped out of that too. It's like, you're never too old to learn new stuff and practice new things. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is when you're having a rough day or whatever it is, you got to find something that makes you happy. And even if it's not, it doesn't have to be something grand or huge, but it's like the little thing. You know, I mean, I don't know. For some people, it could be like cooking. Some people they just like, you know what, organize stuff, cook, or organize their room or something. I wish that was my thing, but it isn't, unfortunately. You know, whatever that may be. You know, for me, it used to be practicing the drums for a little bit. There was some other stuff other hobbies that I used to have that my wife was like, nah, you ain't doing that no more, especially if you're gonna be with me. So I've had to kick some little habits that I used to chill me out. You know, I used to play video games and just chill, but no, that's not the case anymore. But now that's been years. But for me, it's always been something, you know, and now it's this YouTube thing, you know, doing the streams, or just even when I was editing, like last week when I wasn't really streaming that much, when I was sitting there trying to edit the video, it took me like a whole weekend. That was super fun. And she allowed me to, she's like, I mean, not like I had to ask permission, but she knew like, all right, this is time to focus on that. Boom, you know, and even if this channel never turns into even if I just hit 1,000 to stay 1,000, that's fine, because it still gives me something to do as a little bit of a hobby, you know? So I work hard. I go at work, I stress out, something happens that wasn't supposed to happen or whatever the case is. And I'm like, oh, I'm all stressed out about my job. And I'm like, you know, because I take my job serious too, but I don't want to take myself too serious about it. At the end of the day, family comes first, and happiness is you can't buy happiness. And, you know, if I was to have to find a job that pays less for whatever reason, that's fine, as long as I remain happy. And like, these are the things that currently, like, this is my thing that like makes me like, all right, it's worth going through that, because I still have worked a year to the point where now I can come here, go live, and have, even if it's one person to come and communicate with. And if they tell their friends about, hey, you know, AJ CoRe TV, boom, boom, you know, because, you know, we're going to be hitting 800 soon. It's going to happen probably before the end of, I would say, before December. My goal is to have 800. I'm trying to put my stuff out in different platforms as well, try to advertise a little bit more as well. So those are the type of things that I try to do to get my mind outside of like that work realm, the realm of like work and like stress and adults. Like, I need an escape from that, and this is definitely a great escape from that, because I feel like I'm more in control here. And in any job, there's just going to be things that are way out of your control, you know, especially if you work in the service industry, whether it's, you know, restaurant, working at a bank, whatever it is. You know, everyone has surveys now, and then you have these customers that are just miserable people, and they will leave you a nasty survey just because whatever didn't happen the way they wanted it. It just not feel good, because you know that the people that work for you or with you are much better than that, but it just takes one person to make it seem like, you know. So there's so many little things, and then of course, if you get a couple of those, now, you know, companies looking at you like, well, what's going on with, you know, with this team or whatever. And it's like, wait, there's not necessarily something wrong with the team. You know, customer's not always right. You know, there is some things that we could try to fix, but that's going to require things that are outside of our control. So how are you going to help us with that? You know? And so it's just crazy, man. Yes, Nick, nailed it. You got it, man. Yep. Something that empowers you, satisfies you, excites you, motivates you, and uplifts you. That is it. Yes, any of those work. Thank you. Yes, whenever I struggle with a thought process, please be in there to back me up, man. That's great. Yeah, that's it right there, man.
Hey guys, what's up?
Yeah, exactly. What? Yes, you're picking back off what I said earlier. Yeah, I mean, that's just a little BS thing. Like, look, like, dude, like, I gave you a compliment. I'm asking for advice, not trying to drill down to every little aspect, but just some basic stuff. And he just gave me a cut and dry response, and that was it. It's like, hey, man, what is that? It almost makes me think, what, did you check my channel out and thought maybe that I was trying to, like, maybe you like something that I did? And like, I'm looking at you like, dude, you're the bomb. Like, help my brother out. How do you do that? What do I got to do? What should I work on? What, you know, I didn't get nothing. not even a viewer, but I got a couple other creators that were like, dude, your stuff is looking great. Keep it up, man. I'm subbing to you. And yeah. Meanwhile, I'm asking them for help, and so I like that, helping each other out type of thing. You guys know Consistent Ash and Inspirational TV, they go live, they get about 20 people in their streams, and all they do is talk like this, and then they have each other on their stream. Sometimes it's awesome. So when they pop in here, I love that, and they're all around the same. They're probably going to hit 1,000 subscribers. It's probably sooner than I am, because their topics are good and they have a nice thing going. They plan it out ahead of time. I'm a slacker when it comes to planning things out. That's where I have always dropped the ball. I am a on the spot, off the cuff, freestyle type of person. Yes, man. Absolutely. So yeah, I was thinking that more than likely this week, since I've only did a Monday stream, Thursday I would end up doing 2 in a row. I was trying to do more like eventually what I was thinking of doing is a stream, and then 2 days later another stream, a stream, 2 days later another stream. I think it keeps it fresh that way, and it's like, you miss me a little bit, you want to come back, chill. I don't want to overdo it when I should be using some of this time for planning videos, editing videos, or trying to film videos, or work on a certain skill. Like last night, since I didn't stream, I opened up my MacBook, and even though I already published my last video, I found out a way to make it better. And even though I'm not going to upload it again, but that's fine, because now I realize that with Final Cut Pro, if you see the video where I'm holding the cell phone, and you see a little pop-up next to it, and it describes the name of the phone or what it is, I found out a way, if I move the phone, the little text moves along with it. It tracks it. It's a good look, super professional looking, and I almost figured it out before I uploaded it. I didn't realize I was almost there. I gave up, and I'm like, let me just upload it like this. And then I watched a video from some other YouTuber, and I gave him a compliment. I thanked him for showing me how to do that. He's one of them that actually came to my channel, gave me feedback, and subscribed. I'm like, super cool. So, always trying to be doing something to improve, not just doing one thing and expecting that one thing to just change everything. It's a little bit of everything that adds to the bigger picture. It's not just one thing. It's like when you go to the gym, you work out for 10 hours, you're not going to notice a difference in your body. You go there, you did once a week, 10 hours. Instead, if you go 3 times a week for 30 minutes instead of 10 hours, over time, you'll actually start noticing a difference, because it's that consistency of just working and doing stuff, not just being like, let me go work out, let me do this dumbbell 10 times and go away. That's not really doing it. But again, thank you guys for being here, man. Dylan, thank you for subscribing with your main channel, so that way when I pop up, I'm live, you come and hang out. I'm thinking, so maybe we can plan for tomorrow. If I stream tomorrow, I'll let you guys know on Discord. It'll probably, if we go out for dinner, then it'll be like a little bit of later stream. But at the same time, I think wifey might want to start ripping the room down tomorrow, so I don't know. But I'll keep you guys posted either way. It's 9:15. I could keep doing this all night, but I definitely want to get the kid a little bit settled, because I could hear him having a good old time. I gotta wind him down. Try to wind myself down too, because I'm really excited right now just being here hanging out with you guys. So I'm gonna cut it right now at its peak and say thank you guys for being here. Be on the lookout for the next stream, or at least a follow-up communication through Discord. If you haven't done so, please watch my most recent video. Take 5 minutes out, watch the whole thing from beginning to end, click the like button, leave a comment. So everybody, thank you once again. I will see you soon. Peace. CoRe TV. Once again, thank you guys very much for catching tonight's stream, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace, love, and chicken grease.
That's how you do an evil laugh.